Chocolate-Dipped Insects Back on the Menu in Mexico by Christian Science Monitor. Mexico City, Mexico. At one fair in Mexico, the food looks like it would at any other fair. There are men selling chocolates. A baker piles her bread high. A closer look shows something a bit different, though. A shiny bug on a piece of chocolate. These are brown grasshoppers cooked into the bread. A fair with bugs you can eat. This is the Festival of Edible Insects. It is a fair with bugs you can eat. The crowds show how much people like this old Mexican food tradition. More people around the world are getting interested in Mexico too. Isaac Sandoval helps run a chocolate company. Some think eating bugs is only done in other places, he says. Sandoval serves bug-covered chocolates at the fair. This is a huge part of Mexico's story, Sandoval says. Mexican food has had all kinds of insects for a long time. People in small towns kept eating bugs. Those in bigger cities lost interest, though. Bug eating making a comeback. The tradition is coming back in Mexico and around the world. One company sells grasshoppers that go to Switzerland, Spain, and Canada. Top Mexican cooks have helped to make insects cool. They have used ant eggs or grasshoppers in food at trendy restaurants. Enrique Cervantes is the leader of the fair. He wears a grasshopper hat. Insects are part of a growing interest in Mexico's food and culture, he says. Mexicans taking more pride in culture. Mexican cooks have opened restaurants around the world. Mexico City was recently named a top place to visit. Now Mexicans enjoy Mexico and its ways more too. Cervantes says, earlier he feels people were down on Mexico. They liked the things about the US or Europe. What caused the change? Cervantes has one idea. He thinks the US election played a role. President Donald Trump won the election in November. When he was running for president, he talked a lot about Mexico. Some people were offended by what President Trump said. For example, he called Mexicans criminals. This made Mexicans look for things they could feel proud of. They wanted to prove him wrong. Mexico and its traditions are finally being valued by Mexicans, Cervantes said. We're starting to love ourselves, he adds. Bug eating is like eating history. Chocolate-covered creepy crawlers. Bruno Ituarte came to the fair. He is 19 years old. He takes a bite of a bug with chocolate. A bug in the street is not the same thing, he says. The bugs that people eat are special. They are raised by farmers, he says. Jesus Ortiz works at a fair. Ortiz and his wife make bread. They put insects on top. Ortiz says each bug has its own taste. My grandkids eat grasshoppers with beans and think it's delicious.